certainly has a lot to heal, from her parents to the kidnapping to her issues with guys. So to ask, can she heal it all, is a big, big question because she's got a little bit of baggage. I think it was a relief for a lot of fans that Rowan was behind bars at the end of our season. I think a lot of people would like to see him stay there, but I think a lot of other people would like to see him out and about because we all love a little Joe Morton on Scandal. Every single week is a good jumping in time. It's never too late to join the Scandal roller coaster. I'm so proud to be part of the TGIT family, you know, to be part of a night of awesome storytelling on television. To be able to be a part of that magic is so thrilling. I mean, it's history and it's fun. Right now we have Chandra Wilson from Grey's Anatomy directing at Scandal. The director who just finished on Scandal is now over at How to Get Away. We really are this community of artists who have band together to just try to bring a little joy and fun into people's lives on Thursday nights in the name of Shonda Rhimes, and that's just the honor of a lifetime.
The last time we saw Jake with Olivia, he sort of raised his hands and said, you know, I care about you enough that you should go be with the one you love. I think there's a place for Jake in Olivia's life. I don't know exactly what that is. I'm not sure if Jake knows what that is. He's definitely back. Whether or not he's in her life is hard to say. It's difficult now, you know, she's with the president. So I think they're figuring out what's going to happen with them. They spent months together down in the islands, and it was sort of this amazing time for the two of them. But I think coming back to the real world after Harrison's death, I think put a different spin on their relationship. And I think, you know, there is that guardian angel sort of thing, that someone who looks out for her in ways that the president can't. You know, the president has long arms, but Jake has a different way of doing things. So I think he'll always be there in that regard. I think the Olivia we're going to see in season 5 is someone coming to terms with who they really are and what they really want. You know, Olivia, for most of her life, or what we've seen of her life, has always put her clients and the business and the politics and whatever it is ahead of her needs and wants and concerns. And I think we're going to start seeing a bit more of Olivia for Olivia this season. You know, I think we all want a little more of Olivia and want her to take responsibility for herself more than she has, instead of saying, well, I did this because of Defiance, or I did this because of the president, I did this because of Jake. I think we're going to see Olivia saying, I did this because I wanted to do this. And that's really important.
I've been such a fan of Scandal for so many years that I truly believe that I willed this to happen. There are pilots and offers and this and that, and it's like, I just want to be on Scandal. I just want to be on that show. Somehow it happened without really aggressively going after it. It just, well, a little bit. I went after a little bit. I mean, my agents called her agents, like, badgered her agents. I pretty much said, you have to put me in the show, and I don't care how small the part is, I need to be part of this show. I think Shonda created a very interesting character in Elizabeth North. We hadn't really had an antagonist, like an outsider, like somebody who could kind of mask as being part of the machine and a part of the administration, but who, you know, had some other agenda. She believes that she is a good person. Like, nobody who acts badly or behaves badly thinks that they are a bad person. So that when I play Elizabeth, I think she is doing what she thinks is best. A lot of fans come to me and go, oh, that Liz North, she's evil. There's something about my character that people have just decided, oh, she's the really bad one. It's like, I haven't killed anyone, I haven't tortured anyone. I think I'm pretty clean compared to, oh, I don't know, the president, Mellie, Huck, like everybody. Everybody has blood on their hands. I don't, but whatever. I'll be mean, I'll be the mean one.
Season 5. Can you believe I just said season 5? Like season 5. Wow, crazy. Season 5 is picking up really, really high stakes kind of right where we left off, and all the disarray and the mess and if or how we're gonna put them back together, and I'm not saying we do. I just keep saying, like, Quinn's all grown up and she's taken everything that she's learned over the last 4 seasons and she's putting it to serious use to gladiate. I mean, look, nobody can be Olivia Pope, let's be honest. I think the way Olivia Pope swaggers in those white jackets and those purses, that is pretty untouchable, but I think Quinn is going to do her damn hardest to try. Like, I think that Quinn really is trying to find the Olivia within herself. I love TGIT. It's such a special thing to be a part of. It's been such an amazing ride to be a part of a night of Shonda Rhimes' work is like, pinch me, I can't even believe I'm involved in a small part. I can't even believe it. You have this sort of like unspoken bond, and it's awesome that audiences, I feel like, are responding to it really well and like the lineup. And I don't know, thank God it's Thursday, y'all. Thank God it's Thursday.
David, as he often finds himself, is in a situation of shifting alliances. Who's a friend? Who's a foe? What does he have to do as the Attorney General of the United States, as he likes to point out? He likes to say his title a lot, but obviously certain responsibilities with being the Attorney General, and that does sometimes conflict with friendships and relationships that he has. So he continues to be pulled in different directions. Feedback to me tends to be the same, regardless of what's going on substantively on the show. It's just a lot of shrieking, "Oh my God, are you the guy from Scandal?" Or did we go to high school together? Because I'm a little bit lower level recognizability. David is not a true gladiator. While he enjoyed his days of wearing a bathrobe and eating cereal at their office, which I think was maybe season 3, he's not full-scale gladiator, and for that I congratulate him, because the gladiators really, although fan favorites, have no moral center. They'll do anything. I mean, maybe as a client I would like OPA, but as friends and people to trust, never. That said, I think in season 5 OPA is in disarray. It's low on gladiators and probably low on clients. So we're going to see them, I think, try to get their act together and become a real company again.
Abby comes into some unexpected power in season 5, and it's been really fun to explore that. I mean, she's had it before as a gladiator, but she has a couple of Olivia Pope moments where she really gets to help fix some things in a big way. Shonda and the Scandal writers have just scratched the surface with Abby's backstory, but there's so many unanswered questions. It's mentioned briefly that Abby and Olivia were besties in college, and they had this partying past together, and so there's so many things that we don't know about, like that experience. It's fun to sort of not know and also have some. And, you know, our policy as actors is just sort of play what you think until you're told otherwise. So it's so easy to work with Carrie. We have a really amazing friendship. At this point, we know each other so well. I feel like when we get to explore those moments as Olivia and Abby on the show, it's so easy. I especially like the moments in the friendship where there's betrayal, or they might lie to one another, or they get into difficult situations and how they navigate out of it. So it's not just this sort of fairy tale friendship of two girls who sit around and drink wine together. If anything, they don't know how to talk, they don't know how to hug, they don't know how to express their feelings. They're more like two guys in a work situation, and I love that. You get to see something that's not stereotypical. For Melly going into season 5, it's sort of the best of times and the worst of times. She's finally sort of going down the path of her dreams. I mean, she's taken the first step towards having her own political life. But then she's bereft. I mean, I feel like Melly really has no one. She's devoted so much to Fitz and made so many compromises along the way. It's a real come to Jesus moment for her starting in season 5, just seeing where she can go, where she lands, where she goes from here. This cast is the hardest working bunch of people, and it is a jerk-free zone. Like, everybody's there with their hearts open and their like shoulder to the grindstone. And Portia was a perfect addition. She really was. She's such a talent, and she's brought something so specific to the show. And I've loved every minute because I adore her in person, and so getting to do all those Melly and Liz scenes was just like my birthday every day. But we also have Cornelius this year as an addition to her family, and he has brought a beautiful like whole other aspect too. It's like love. Your heart always has room for more, and we've just brought some beautiful new people into the fold. I can tell you what I'm most proud of about working with Shonda, with these lovely people, is that she is unafraid and, in fact, thrilled to take on whatever is in the zeitgeist of the moment. Like, whatever conversation she knows people are actually having, she's excited to have that conversation with these characters and in the situation. She takes anyone who's ever been marginalized and never seen themselves represented on television, and she puts them at the center of the story, and she makes a story about them, because everybody should see themselves on TV. And she'll always have you come out the other end of it a changed person, and that makes me really proud to be a part of it all.
The focus, I think, whether we're all sort of disbanded and sort of separate in the beginning, everyone's focus and their drive and what sort of drives them is Olivia, and trying to do what is right for Olivia and what does Olivia need. And that, I think, little by little will slowly bring all the gladiators sort of back together again. You will see them kind of struggling with where they fit in for some of us, how they can come back together, and you kind of get little glimpses of that in the beginning. The feeling so far that I'm getting on season 5 is just that the stakes are raised, everything is more intense, and everything is more important. And I mean, just Shonda every season of Scandal, I feel like just gets better and better and better, and she takes it to a place where you don't think it's gonna go, and then you watch and you're like, oh my god, it's even better and crazier. I think Huck has always been a bit hesitant about Olivia's relationship with the president. I don't think he's all in on that. He's Olivia's watchdog, and he's her protector, and I think he feels that her being with the president is just not a safe, good place to be. But he does want Olivia to be happy, and if that's what makes her happy, I think, he'll just sort of go with what she wants. But inside, I don't think he's happy with it.